Ooh. Yay! Champion!
Honestly, you
I think I
guys are
lined the
always
buttons up
happiest to see
nicely
me.
for that as well, Josh.
Come on, let's go.
We're always happy to see you, Josh.
Stop it. No one cheers for me in real life. They're all like, oh, it's you again.
That guy.
You again, for fuck's sake.
Yeah. Oh, God, not again.
Sounds like you're fishing a bit there, Josh, if I'm honest with you.
Not while we're like on stream.
Right, are we all hot and packed, ready for some Ravenloft, Barovian, Curse of Strahd action?
Never been so ready in all of my life.
Okay, let's
All
keep
is
our
well.
fingers crossed. So,
All well.
yeah, Dice Danger, Curse of Strahd, episode 16. Last we left you, a lot has happened in Vallaki. Lots of things have happened. So should we do this together, team? Shall I start off and then you guys jump in as and when?
I think we might just need you, Dave, if I'm honest. It feels that way.
Okay. Well, you arrived at Vallaki with the mission to keep Irina safe. You arrived at the church, which wasn't sanctified. You've resolved that. You've managed to create hallowed ground in the church. You became aware of the political tension in the town, mostly between the Baron Vargas Valakovich and Lady Vokta. You discovered that Pharaoh's long-lost sister was the main henchman and seems to be the strong arm of the Baron's power. Crikey, what else happened? Sorry, Sammi. May she rest currently in the mists of Ravenloft. Tala died to a pack of vampire spawn. And Ashina appeared, Tala's sister. And just as you'd, I think it followed that after you'd introduced yourselves to Ashina, you made your way to the Blue Water Inn tavern and had a conversation with Unwin. Actually, that's not, because what I could do is I could update your visuals a little bit. So, what I can give you, because it's fan art. I still love this piece of fan art. That's Valakovich viewed from the east. So you're approaching from east is this way, west is way in between the Balanok Mountains. There's the Svalich Road. To the north is Lake Zarovich. So just sort of over here, there's a large lake. But the other thing I'm going to be very careful to do. There we go. Can you all see? I don't know if I made it visible to you. Let me just double check. Yes, I did. So this is Unwin. This is Danica, and this is Brom and Bray. They were the Martikovs. They told you the story of, you've heard this story before, the wine isn't flowing. Unwin's father is the patriarch of the Martikov family, and he runs the Wizard of Wine's winery. There was a disagreement. Unwin hasn't spoken to his father for a while, but the wine still flows. And it was as you were sat talking to Unwin that the door opened. And a chap introduced himself as Rictavio. Entered. A very grand entrance as he came in with his thick raincoat on, his sou'wester. And as he threw it off, he introduced himself quite loudly, lute on his back, very gaily dressed. If I can use a Dickens phrase without with impunity, I'm a big fan of the old Dickens. You've heard Rictavio's name, or at least you've read it on the side of a carnival wagon when you met a saber-toothed tiger that you called Vistani Slayer.
Sensitively named.
Yeah. How's that for a recap then, gang? Do we need to go into... Oh, you have 2 days left before you need to deliver... Yeah.
We say we got a night's rest and we needed to leave. That was the
plan, I think. So what was it? We're a day out, a day and a half out, something like that.
Depending on your mode of transport, if you were to... If it was a steady walk, it would take you 2 days to get there.
Okay, yeah, sweet. Ooh, lovely. And what I was just thinking when you're kind of giving us a recap. Was the crates that we opened and ended up getting absolutely ravaged by? Was that were they the Wizards of Wine crates? I can't remember if I don't know if I'm imagining it or if there was something mentioned when we actually went up into that space.
No, it's thinking you might have got confused with another area. Because there was mention of barrels to do with the wine delivery, and these were specifically crates, but there wasn't any identifying marks on the crate. The only thing I did tell you is they didn't fit in with... It was a different type of wood from everything else that was upstairs in the Undertaker's shop.
Okay.
Coffee maker shop. Okay, team, happy?
Hell yeah.
There's always a little... It's a reticent. Right, so we'll begin with Unwin and Rictavio then. So Rictavio says, "Have no fear, everybody. Rictavio has arrived." Unwin, in a sort of relatively good-natured way, rolled his eyes, and Unwin will say to you, so Rictavio can hear. He'll say, "Okay, I'll best go about your business," and he heads towards Rictavio. And he'll say, "Right, what is it to be?" And he looks as if he's trying to lead him to a seat to the side. And Rictavio looks over at you guys, and he'll say, "Oh no, fresh people to talk with. It's not very often I get the chance to talk with it. I'll have what they're having. So my round. May I join you?"
If you're bringing drink, have a seat.
Absolutely. So I am Rictavio, and you are.
I'm Horace, and these are my traveling companions. And I'll just gesture to everyone else. Yeah.
What a mixed group you are. So he sort of takes his seat. I'd like to think Rictavio is the kind of guy that would spin the seat round and he'd sit on it cowboy style. So yeah. So tell me. Yeah. So tell me, my new friends, does any of you have any theatrical experience?
Most definitely not.
That's
Not even a little bit.
Oh well,
No,
can't blame a being for asking. That's my trade. I have ended up here, and I lost my way with my previous troop, and I'm looking for new players, shall we say.
You lost an entire troop?
Yeah, I did. Well, it's either I lost them or they lost me. It's if you ever met them, then I'm sure they would be able to fill you in on the details. But I'm pretty sure, like yourselves, arrived through the mists. I'm guessing that was your experience of arriving here as well.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. No, it is a dour place, isn't it?
Or
How
is
long
it?
have you been here?
Me personally, about a couple of weeks, maybe. Unwin, when did I first arrive? And Unwin just leave me out of it. And Rictavio sort of giggles at this. It's not. It's sort of. It's quite dismissive, but it's not bad tempered. Rictavio will say, "Sorry, I've been bothering the good Unwin for quite some time. Him and his friends, haven't I, Unwin? Asking about your friends." But he doesn't seem to be forthcoming. About 2 weeks, do you think? And yeah, about two weeks or so. But yeah, I've been around the countryside, but I've had to flee several times from undead walking along the roads and spirits and I'm sure I've seen a few werewolves in the Svalich Woods.
Ashina will just slink back in her chair ever so slightly.
Nice. Okay.
You arrived here just 2 weeks ago, but I mean, we've heard of the Vishtani coming and going as they please, but are you like us? You're simply trapped here?
I believe so. Trapped? You mean we can't leave?
Well, I suppose we've not really given it a shot, but that's kind of what we've been led to believe.
Hmm. Well, the Vistani, I do know a fair amount of the Vistani.
So does your tiger.
I'm assuming you didn't just say that, Josh.
Yeah,
Okay.
That's what I'm thinking.
You said the inside bit out loud.
Yeah. It wasn't in your Horace voice, so I'd like to assume you wouldn't.
No, yeah, that was out of character.
Could I make an inside check to see how he is sort of when he mentions Vistani? Is he saying it with any malice, or is he?
Sure.
Thanks. 12.
12. This guy is difficult to get a read on. He's very expressive, and he's just told you or asked you of, do you have any performance skills? And you, very much with a 12, I'll give you, even if he did, you suspect he would be skilled enough to hide it from you anyway. And it's yeah. So what I'd like to, because as you're sort of scoping him out, I would like to give Ashina the impression that this guy is virtually impossible to read. He's very good at what he does, but you do also notice that ever since you sat back, he seems to be casting an eye in your direction. Make a perception check for me, Sammi, if you would.
No reverse.
Can I give myself guidance?
We're playing. It's like
Wait, no, I get advantage anyway.
Not for this. Not for this.
God damn it! I just rolled it with perception.
That's okay. That's okay, because your first roll is a natural 20 anyway. Yeah.
Nice.
So just to be, you could have had, so it's 27, and you could have had guidance on this because you could take your time to do it. But your advantage is for smell and sight, isn't it? I think.
Hearing, I think.
Smell and hearing, yeah. But this is not that type of check, as you'll become aware. So he's now looking at you, but he's very engaging, very very charismatic. But as he's looking you over, he's looking you from head to toe. And he seems to be paying particular attention now to Ashina. The rest of you don't really notice this. But he seems... Yeah, okay, we'll leave it there in terms of non-verbal cues from Rictavio so far. And as you're
ask,
yeah,
in a single word, what would I suspect he is looking at me in a way?
okay. You've rolled a natural 20, Sammi, so I'm quite happy to tell you that as you've shied away from the mention of werewolves and he's looking at you, you're now paranoid about the fact that he knows what you are. But to go back to the Vistani, he'll say that I have met Vistani many a times in the past, and I've met a few here. I have also heard of a very powerful seer. I have not visited yet, Madam Eva by name. Would Horace be nodding along?
He'd probably wouldn't be nodding, but he'd probably very like blatantly just like look at everyone and be like, oh.
Okay. So he'll say, yeah, the two different castes of Vistani that I've come across in the past. One is, how shall I say, of the lower, so lower echelons of what I would expect civilized, how I would expect civilized people to behave. And then the others, the true Vistani, the seers, they truly are powerful. And if, as I suspect, you have spoken to Madam Eva, then I would suggest you follow to the letter everything that if she has gifted you with anything. And now he's looking at you shrewdly. He's going to have an insight check on you, motherfucker. So, I do apologise. There's no reason.
You just got excited, Dave. You just got excited.
I did. Okay. So I have a roll now. Does anybody have any a deception in mind? Does anyone want to subvert him away from trying to figure out what you've been up to with the Vistani?
Well, technically, I have no mention of these Vistani, so...
Okay.
That's true. I don't think there's...
I don't think
Wait, he's
Pippa
not-
would be trying to be deceptive. I just
No.
think she's just just in the same way that I've actually been just blank. Just
Okay.
not trying to be deceptive, just not giving anything away either.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just blank. Just like
Sure.
you mentioned Madam Eva, and she just like...
So he'll continue to say, yeah. So to the letter is I would follow a description, but the other Vistani, specifically, I know they're camped to the west of the town. I would be wary. I would be careful of them.
You seem to have quite polarizing views of the Vistani, depending on which clan they're part of.
Yeah, well, that's the nature of the beast, I suppose you could say. Similar to the town here, there are two main factions that it's an endless source of entertainment for me. I don't get involved with the politics, but Lady Voctor's sons come in here quite regularly, and they are, not to put a finer point on it, arses. But Lady Voctor herself appears to be an upstanding member of society. The Baron is a dick.
Brave words.
But, well, that's, again, between you and I. Your word against mine. But, yeah.
Sure, we can all keep each other's confidences.
I'm sure we could. I certainly like to speak my mind when it's appropriate to do so. So you go on. Sorry, Leah.
You travelled with a troop. How many were you?
Oh, we were a large troop, a carnival. I was the ringmaster.
Oh, incredible!
Yeah.
So you had all sorts of people.
Acrobats. We had animals. We had clowns, singers, trapeze
Fortune tellers.
artists.
Wow. That must have been
Yes.
incredible to try and transport. You must have had carts and carriages and all sorts to move that kind of group of people.
Indeed. I take it you've seen my cart?
I have.
Ah.
Love the colours, the scheme, fabulous.
Okay.
Seems an interesting place to have parked it, though.
Well, it's Arasek charges, and it's the only safe place to keep it there. Tell me, I'm assuming that Arasek took you over to it then?
Oh, I feel like it's... How to explain it? Forgive my clumsy words. I think rather than we were brought over to it, we were just exploring the town. I guess you understand, having been here 2 weeks and travelling around, we were exploring, and as I mentioned, everyone loves a pretty colour scheme, especially in a place like this. I mean, I think their favourite palette is grey, with flashes of red, isn't it?
Well, it fits.
Yeah, exactly. So seeing something very colourful always draws the eye. When you parked it, do you just leave it with him then?
Yes, and obviously Lola's inside. I'm assuming that you're trying to skirt around the fact that there's a large saber-toothed cat inside.
There is.
Yes, there is. Yes, that's Lola.
Was Lola trained before or after you arrived here?
Oh, trained before. Yeah, she's been with me for a long, long time, since a cub. Really, it's a fascinating story. I rescued her from a cave in the far north.
Wow.
Yeah.
Bet she's difficult to feed.
Yeah, well, mostly people in Barovia eat wolf steaks. Unwin keeps me supplied, and yeah.
Oh, I guess it's like wolves where I'm from. It's difficult to keep them away from the livestock and sometimes people.
Is Unwin within earshot? Is he listening to this conversation?
Unwin's now busy around.
Okay, all right.
Big Lad wanted a steak, I think.
Yeah, yeah. No, I was gonna say how Unwin was looking, if he was looking like shifty at the sound of that, or but no, okay, that's fine if he's not about.
He will go through the simple "what brings you to Barovia" questions as he sat with you. He's quite comfortable, sat there. Unwin does bring the wine over, but then disappears again. Yeah. So let's go through it then. So he'll say, "So how did you end up here then?" Me, as I say, brought through the mists. What brings you here?
The same?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Missed.
I just followed the directions that some stranger gave me. He promised me work. I thought I was going to get some coin. Next thing I know, I'm in this hellhole.
It's a fair description.
I got quite lucky in bumping into my fellow companions. But I don't know what I did to deserve being sent here.
Yeah. So okay. So you didn't come here together then? That's interesting. But you seem like quite a close bunch.
What we lack in longevity, we make up for in intensity.
Shared trauma.
I might take that if I may.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm just trying to think what else he'll ask you now, because he's quite inquisitive about you, and he. So, other than how you got here, would you tell him the story of Tala?
I wouldn't. No, I
No.
mean I would have been
This
very quiet
is
for this whole
poker.
conversation.
This is poker.
Okay, righto. So he'll say, as Unwin's been delivered drinks and gone again, he'll say, "So, what do you make of our good innkeeper here and his family? There's an awful lot of ravens around this building, wouldn't you say?" And you've seen a lot of ravens around the building when you arrived.
There are a few. Very clever birds, ravens.
Incredibly clever.
I hear they mimic.
Yeah.
Is that true?
I hear this as well. Savage when necessary, but for the most part, intelligent, resourceful. And
That cat of yours.
Very much so.
Very much so. Yeah, honestly, you have nothing to fear of Lola. She is like a pet to me. She would not do me any harm or anyone harm unless I instruct otherwise. Okay.
Is that something you do often?
No.
Do you instruct otherwise?
Oh no, not at all.
It's not bullshit.
All of us are there like, bullshit.
Excuse me.
Inside check. Inside check.
Yeah, you can insight him.
I would like to insight it.
Sure.
Can I give myself guidance?
Yes, you can.
Love guidance.
Oh shit.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't think it's going to make a difference.
7. Yeah. So you're again. You're getting
No.
this. This guy is incredibly difficult to read. Hello, Alex.
Yeah.
Speaking of cats.
Speaking of saber-toothed cats, yeah.
Yeah. He's a big boy.
Slayer.
So he'll say, "Okay, well, it's lovely to have met you. If ever you need any assistance in these parts, or you wish to come and hear some of my tales, or then I shall be here. I'm determined to keep bothering Unwin." This he does say as Unwin sort of bustles past, as Unwin sort of grunts towards him.
One question for you, sir, before you part our company.
Yes.
You have been here for 2 weeks, as you say. And as we have all described, quite adequately, that this place is not very pleasant. And yet you haven't tried to leave. Why is this?
Well, I like to settle in an area before I move on. I like to get to know the locals. I didn't know if there was coin to be made. These people seem to be in need of entertainment, and entertainment is what I do.
Of course. Can I have an insight check on that, Dave?
Sure.
That'll do.
Okay.
26 for your insight. So, as you're discussing this with him, and he's talking back to you, and you're setting him up, you've asked your questions specifically, so your role is exactly what you would want. He is impossible to read. You've been through this before. You've been an investigator. This is something that you're used to. This guy's got either some serious skills, or he's very, very innocent. And you suspect the former.
Yeah.
But you cannot tell. You cannot get a read on him. But as you're asking his questions, he'll sit back and raise an eyebrow to you and say, Interesting group. Perhaps we will have more to do with each other in future. I look forward to it. And he'll stand.
I shall thank you for your time. It's good pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Thank you very much.
He'll bow to you, and he'll move off now around a few other tables, and he'll. There were two sort of rough-looking hunter-trapper types in the corner. He'll go and sort of talk to them and get a wry smile, perhaps a laugh out of one of them as they get into the drinks. Go on, Leah.
Oh, sorry. I just remembered a Lord of the Rings quote. That's why I went like that.
Do it.
You know, from the book, Joe, when they first meet Strider, and Strider appears very foul and ugly, and what's foul is fair, and fair is foul, and not all that glitters is not gold. I think this guy's too smooth.
I'm imagining he just walks over to those hunters and he's like, "Right, caught any Vistani lately?" We're like, "Got him!"
Well, he seems to be telling them a tale. He says, as he walks over to them, you hear him say, "So, where did I finish last time? Oh, yes, the ogre and the duck." And he sort of launches into this strange story.
Well, now we want to hear about the ogre and the duck.
Okay, so bastards. He will tell the story of an ogre that came to. Oh, you know what? As you mentioned, Lord of the Rings. So an ogre that came down from the mountains one day, and he was hunting. There was no food, so he decided to come into the lands where the children lived, as the ogre referred to them, or humans, as you and I would know. And he started out by eating the livestock until they ran out, and then he went to visit the farmers one day, and they tried to turn him away, so he killed them and ate them, ate everything. But the only thing he couldn't catch was a duck, and this duck would quack every time the ogre decided to go to sleep. And after weeks and weeks of this, the ogre decided to return home until eventually he got back to his mountain home. And as he settled in his cave, the first thing he heard was quack. As the duck. Incensed, the ogre went to the mountain top. And as he lunged for the duck quack. As the ogre realised he'd gone too far and slipped to his death.
Hey!
What a
Legendary.
mighty duck.
Legend.
Yeah.
The mighty duck.
The mighty
You've
Beautiful
heard,
tale. Beautiful.
you've heard the tale of David and Goliath. Now get ready for the duck and the ogre.
Orc and duck.
So where do we wish to take the remainder of this session, then, ladies and gentlemen?
To Ravenloft.
Ashina is going to turn around and go, "So what are you guys actually doing now? I know you said, obviously, my sisters had to protect me and stuff like that, but I'm not going to be helpful to you. I am going to be a hindrance to you, if anything."
I don't believe that for a second. If you are your sister's sister, I'm sure you are more than capable.
I do suppose it's only fair that we fill you in. Though maybe here isn't the place to do that.
Yeah, maybe a more private venue.
Where would a more private venue be then?
Castle Ravenloft.
Potentially on the
Well,
road.
Yeah.
On the road to where?
We perhaps aren't going to leave tonight. Because it's evening now, isn't it? I'm right in saying.
It's no, not exactly. You've got through because the festival of the Blazing Sun was early doors, and you've not really done that much today. So we can put it at lunchtime.
Okay. Perhaps we return to the church. At least we know the ears there are friendly. Or, well, as friendly as we can expect.
Yeah. We definitely need to talk.
Okay.
Let's go.
Okay, back to the church.
Hands up.
Sure,
Fast travel.
No problem. Yeah. Yeah, done. You're in the church, Father Lucian. There's not much happening. There's no service on at the minute. So everyone's there. So Father Lucian's just hovering about. He'll say, "Oh, to just come for a rest. Jolly good." Irina and Gertruda are there, but they're quite happy to not bother you.
Yeah.
Patches is being an arsehole. It's Patches.
Standards.
It's Patches.
So yeah,
The
church is. The church is yours.
How does Patches respond to me?
That's a very good question, actually, Sammi. Do me a favour. Just roll an animal handling. And we'll find out from a dice roll. I mean, I know you're not doing anything specifically, but...
20.
Okay, so how would you want... With a 20, I'm quite happy for him to respond however you want him to respond to you.
Not be bothered by me in the slightest.
Sure.
Perfect.
Hmm.
Father, we need a quiet place.
Oh, yes, come and go as you please. Any way you like.
Let's go into like the cloister, a bit behind the dice and all of that. Let's go in there.
Let's go behind the confessional box.
If we could all fit in the confessional box.
Two in each side.
So we've got to have a very important conversation.
Well, I like to think that Horace would just fill one half of the confession box himself. Is that large? Is that broad? Is that like?
Pippa would have to be in the top corner somewhere around the shoulders.
Well, there'd have to be like a hatch lower down for Pippa.
Yeah,
it'd be great if Horace was in there and it sneezed because the whole thing would just rise up.
Amazing. Yeah. Yeah. Here we go. Closed door.
What's
Sure.
going on then?
So we have been invited to dinner by the Lord and Master of this land.
The devil.
Indeed. An invitation that I think would be foolish to refuse, but given our encounter with the coven of night hags, we have entered a bargain with them, and we have now 2 days to deliver, and he's going to pull a kind of moving amber eye on an amulet out from underneath his shirt that matches his one remaining eye to a relative of our friend Horace is here.
I mean, Mr. DM, would I have any knowledge of these hags? Would I even know who they are, or would I?
Roll history for me, if you want.
No.
Not a clue.
Because you've mostly stayed at where you considered home, and you were informed of certain things in the land of Barovia, but not specifically this. So no, I'm going to say.
So yeah, Sheena's going to look quite perplexed. Not so much disturbed, but she is going to be very perplexed by what she sees.
Suffice it to say, since the moment we landed here in Barovia, every decision has been made in isolation with the sole aim of keeping us alive. I have a feeling you might understand slightly, or maybe more than slightly, exactly what it means to be making decision after decision, with one option being annihilation and the next being some sort of survival. This sequence of decisions has led us into this particular bind. We have to go and see the devil. If we don't go and see him, one, as the saying goes, it's better the devil you know. Two, these night hags are going to haunt us for time and all eternity. These are all our problems. But, and forgive me for being brash, I don't think anyone survives in Barovia completely on their own. And if you were stolen from Tala many years ago,
I wouldn't say I was stolen.
Then what happened? How are you here alive so many years later?
It's hard to remember everything. I remember me and Tala running.
Familiar.
I remember telling me to run. I woke up being in a lot of pain. I was covered in my own blood, but I was saved. I was saved by somebody called Amal. And Amal saved me in every way imaginable. He saved my life. He stopped me from dying. He took me into his home. He fed me. He put clothes on my back. And eventually he even became my husband. Leah's face. And yes, we've had to do things, but to survive. And but I'm also in a odd situation myself. Mal has gone missing, and I believe he's with the devil, but I'm not sure. The last I heard, he was summoned, and I've not heard anything from him since. And ever since then, my life has been completely turned upside down. But if I stay with you, you are also not safe from me. So I understand you saying everything you do is to ensure your survival. But if I stay as I am at the moment, you might not survive.
So,
Something. Go on.
can I have an insight check, Dave?
Sure.
As Farrow's starting to put information together in his head.
I think Horace would just ask. To be fair, as I mean, I don't know if it makes a difference for you, Tom. But I think Horace would just say, he'd just be like, well, why would you harm us?
She's going to get very uncomfortable, and it's something I might not be able to control. I have been able to start to control it, but it's not indefinite, and I've never been outside my home since I've been in Barovia to a point of this much discomfort, and I am isolated from my family. I am isolated from what is safe to me, which is Amal. And if I was to turn, I don't know if I would be able to stop myself. And you can see Ashina wants to tell you what it is, but it's very much she just can't say the words.
Yeah.
Roll your insight, Tom, please.
Yeah, because without metagaming, Horace doesn't have a fucking Scooby.
The primary
Farrow knows.
relationship is
Yeah.
and Shani. Pippa set the ball rolling. She wants to see where it rolls. So she's waiting to see what Farrow does.
Okay. So, Dungeon Master Sammi, Tom has just rolled a 24 for insight. It's up to you what he can or can't divine from you.
Damn.
He can divine whatever he likes. I think so with a 24.
Mm.
You can divine whatever
She's
you
a
like,
very
sunshine.
meek. She's a very meek, almost naive, almost like a child in some respects at this point still. So it's not going to be hard to sense what's going on.
Yeah, and I think given what Farrow knows about what happened with Ashina, what Talla's told him about what happened with Ashina and Talla when they were younger, and Farrow's starting to put a bit of a picture together. So he's just going to look at Ashina and he's going to say, "You're aware that your sister had a scroll of remove curse that may well help you in this regard."
Yes. But if I also use this scroll, even if I find somebody who can use this scroll, once it's gone, I lose everything to my family. I don't know if they'll accept me.
Where are your family? Why are you separated from them?
Well, Amal mainly is my family. He is my husband. He is my everything. And there is nothing I wouldn't do for him. But we come from the northwest of Barovia. And it's very cold and made for the outdoor wildlife, shall we say. Like, Ashina is basically implying what is going on, but she just cannot say the words.
I think with Farrow's 24, what we could do is we could safely say that you've all deduced with Ashina saying turning, with blah, 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 with the fact that when Rictavio, someone mentioned werewolves and Ashina. So she's a werewolf.
Yep. I think Pippa started to think something like that from the coffin maker. Because she, remember when she was watching, when she picked up the scroll and she was really interested in it, she's got this big scar. This is what Pippa thought. And from the very little, everything she knows is she's thinking about wolves in general, because I don't think she'd have a massive frame of reference for werewolves specifically. But wolves travel together, always. If there is a wolf on their own, wolves don't choose to be on their own. Wolves get chased. If she's not with her family, then her family have chased her off, or must have chased her off. And so with that musing, Pippa then says, I hear it, that you want to be back with your family. But if your family have let you come this far alone, do your family want you back? Are you welcome home?
Mal will welcome me home, definitely. I have no doubt about that, but he's not there. He was in charge, and my brothers and sisters who are now in charge, they have been less than kind. They've demoted me of my roles. They've pushed me to the bottom.
Really,
There's
then?
nothing I can do without a Mal.
Well, really, then, what choice do you have? With this curse, without this curse, with a Mal, without a Mal. You can't return home to your family. You can't exactly
if I
wander
have a
around
Mal,
alone.
If I have a Mal, we can go back.
This
Well, then-
turning, when does it happen? How does it happen? I'm very happy to keep
So-
talking around the specific verbiage.
It can normally, I have found that I have a kinship with nature. So in times when I have needed to change, I have slowly found a way to be able to do it in which I retain my memories. Where to begin with, when I didn't realise what was going on, I had no memory of what I did once I turned, and it was awful. It was exhausting, and I'd just come back covered in blood, and I just had no idea what I had done. Who had I hurt? Somebody? I don't know. But sometimes it can still happen when I turn, and I won't have control to know whether I am in control or not.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, we've killed loads of werewolves.
Not really.
You're not the only part of the equation. You might not be able to control you, but we can control ourselves. And I'm very difficult to hit.
I'm not. I wish I was.
You make up for it by being very tough.
Yeah.
And he hits as hard as he gets hit.
Amen.
Let me propose this then. You say a mole was summoned, your husband was summoned by the devil. We have an engagement with the devil. So perhaps, for now, you come with us. And perhaps we may find your husband yet.
Either way, if finding your husband is well, I wouldn't argue that finding your husband is what you need to do right now, but you don't stand a chance going on your own. I'd say our chances together are slim. Well, let's not talk about that. But alone you're not going to get anywhere. So we can handle ourselves. You may as well join us, if not for your own sake, for Tala's.
The whole purpose of us setting out was to find you, and we found you. And her purpose was to protect you, but she's gone. I will offer you my aid in what I can. And hopefully to find you some form of safety. That is what she wanted. Ultimately, I think. And I will see it done.
The safest thing for me would be to be back with Amal. And if you're saying we could potentially find him, then let's do it.
Perfect.
We have one more potential set of business, though I'm not sure that I particularly relish it. And given our timescale, I wonder if we should leave now.
I agree with you. I think we should leave. If that other order of business comes to find us, we will deal with it when it finds us. You good?
If nothing else, we will simply tell the truth that we have business with a higher power.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's time to leave if we can leave. We may find our exit to this city barred.
Let's give it a go.
That's one way to find out.
Pippa puts her hand on the door, looks at the group, opens the door, walks out.
Nice. See, I'm going back to the confessional booth now with all of you.
Kind of all the out. We're like,
As you all sort of
draw the curtain back.
Horace walks out with the door frame.
yeah.
Everyone just stood round and said a semicircle. Oh,
so let's take you outside of the church, and the festival is still going on. People seem busy. People seem occupied. With what you've just said, and it sounds like you're intent, you make your way to the east, to the gate, just walking straight to the gate.
Yep.
Gate is still daytime. It's, if we say now, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, 2 p.m., the gate is open, and you walk out unhindered. So let's map up.
Let's do it.
You bastards.
that saves one confrontation at least.
So I'm gonna. If I ask the question, it's going to be an obvious question. Where it's going to lead to for Pippa? Would you be consulting your map at any point?
Yeah, because we've got the basic one. So, looking at the map, it's going to be whichever road is the most direct, because all roads here are dangerous.
Yeah, well, because you've already worked out that this, from east to west, this main road is the Svalich road, goes all the way around. You're currently in Vallaki. The only reason I was asking is Ashina would be able to tell you that where her home was in the mountain range, just behind Lake Baratok, north of
Northwest.
In the northwest, but it's northeast of the village of Kresk. So that's where most of her family are. But we know the terrain because we're rewinding, aren't we? So Svalich Road, the old bone grinder, we know what that is. These are more gates. So you remember you came through the gates to start off with, and then you were at a bifurcation in the road, and you went this way. To get to Castle Ravenloft, you need to continue east. So, you know that on a forced march, you've still got 2 days to get there. You can fly casual and get there in the allotted time, unless you wanted to travel in any other particular way. You're pretty sure that you're either going to have to shack up with the hags for this night time, or sleep rough.
Rough.
Sleep rough or
Yeah.
sleep rough?
Amen.
It makes no difference to Ashina. She's like, I don't know these people.
You don't want to.
I'm just going to
amen.
nip for a burst while you guys are discussing what you're going to do and potentially how you're going to do it.
I wonder what the cost would be to hire a cart.
Yeah, but surely there must be some purveyor of carts in this place.
We know the location of a wagon with the saber-toothed tiger in it.
Yep. Borrow it.
That's
Wow.
perhaps not alienate the man who owns Sabertooth Tiger.
That's
Oh, that
accommodation and a pet. All at once.
He's an interesting character for sure.
Oh, mate. He is interesting.
Full of shit. He
Who's
was
smooth?
such a little
Do
liar.
you
Who's
think-
smooth?
Do you think he could actually be Vistani?
That's what I was wondering. He's obviously. I don't
It's
think he
the
has been.
Vistani that we need.
Like, how's he built up such a hatred for Vishtani in 2 weeks?
And he knew
Yeah.
before.
Yeah, so I feel like he might have been Vishtani and he's had a falling out with them or something. There's someone. I also want to see if we can find his band of merry men that ditched him as well,
Yeah,
because there's someone
Yeah.
alright.
yeah, something interesting there.
In modes of transport, I could always wild shape into a warhorse.
We could
But
rent a cart. We could though.
Is there a purveyor of used or cart? Like, could we rent a horse and wagon or something like along those lines?
Is there
Sure.
Barovia Uber?
Forget.
There's Arasek Stockyard did have carts in it, but along with the prices, he to rent, the deposit was going to be 120 gold.
Yeah, we don't have that.
so
Technically, we do
Does-
have that.
Horace,
Oh.
am I right in saying that you have technically a mode of transport?
I am not. Let me have a look how it works. Potentially, I'm not sure it works like that, but I will have a look. Features. Where is it? Oh no, it's spells.
I was going to say, assuming it works like that, if I was to shapeshift into a warhorse or a draft horse, would I be able to carry Farrowwood and Pippa?
Pippa weighs less than a sack of potatoes. Shiny.
Well, it's I guess it does. Well, I think under normal circumstances it would work like that, but um, because the way that we'd flavored it was that I wasn't obviously wasn't going to like be like riding Mishka into battle.
Could you imagine how like, strangely terrifying that would be to have like this green ghostly like
and I'm just piggybacking.
We must do this at some point.
I had an even worse image in my head.
Oh,
All will be well.
All will be well. Well, there's a couple of ways we could do it. Josh.
It wasn't a sexual way. It was just awful.
all of us have just gone.
Yeah, it's a good job. Good job we don't play with Mark, because this could have gone south quite quickly.
Well,
I almost channeled my inner Mark for a second as well. So what we could do, Josh, is I because of the way I'd got it envisaged is something simple like you cast your steed, divine steed, is it?
Fine steed.
Yeah, fine steed. And then it would manifest as Mishka, but all you need to do is hold a hand and then be spirited off.
Yeah.
But you can play it out that she changes into a sort of spectral horse type thing, or however you want, but you have access to it. So, which also
Christmas
comes in
Carol.
handy as an extra stat block. I'm just going to mention that to you, Josh, as well.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah.
How do I flavor it? I wonder if I could almost like if you would allow it, but I can almost like summon her, allow her to essentially like possess me, and then I can hover at the same speed.
That sounds awesome.
You
Was
do your characters, I do the rest, mate. So that's fine.
Is that okay? Okay. I thought you were going to be like hover. Fuck no. Obviously, no. I can't fly or anything. But it's literally just I like essentially I'm just slightly levitating at the same speed as everyone else.
Yeah.
So it just allows me to keep up without like anything crazy.
It also means that Leah is doing this thing again.
Damn, there's so much tea on these pages.
Which is ace. Yeah, I mean, in terms of we can't do that in combat, but
yeah.
I
think like purely for like the sake of like when it comes to like traveling or something that are actually using the steed as a steed, then like I think if we can flavor it like that, that'd be great. If not, that's cool. But obviously, yeah, like outside of combat, then I prefer to have her as an extra stat block anyway, rather than like
absolutely, no problem.
A mode of transport.
So with what I'll say to you then, ladies and gentlemen, is you're leaving just past 2:00 in the afternoon. What pace are you going to set now that Horace can fly and Sammi's a warhorse? Are you
piggyback?
Yeah. What pace are you going to set?
I mean, that would ultimately, I suppose, be up to Ashina. Because she would be the driver as such. I just want to be clear, Farrow would be dead uncomfortable. Ashina's just turned to a horse and then like, go ride the horse. He's like,
yeah, Ashina is going to be just as uncomfortable.
Yeah.
In theory, 40 My speed's going to be 40 feet. So,
Let's hoof it.
hoof it.
So cool. So cool.
Love it. Love a good pun.
Right. Okay. So you go in for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
going for it.
Okay. Right. Which is great. I was hoping you were going to say that. If I'm honest with you, I didn't want to force the point because you're having to try and keep up with Horace, who is remarkably fast in this form. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to push things along as you travel through this incredibly bucolic is the word I've used before, and I'm sticking to it. It's just joyous traveling through. If it wasn't for the clouds and the mist and the howls and the threat of death following you everywhere. But on your map, as you go past the old bone grinder, you're starting to make great progress. As it starts to get dark, as you travel further east, and then it starts to rain. And there is, as you've seen and witnessed several times already, thunder and lightning, as you get to this bifurcation at night time, at the fall of night. Even here in the mountains, the forest and the fog are inescapable. Ahead, the dirt road splits in two, widening towards the east. There you see patches of cobblestones suggesting that the eastern branch was once an important thoroughfare. Parked at the fork in the road, pointed east, is a large black carriage drawn by two black horses. The horses snort puffs of steamy breath into the chill mountain air. The side of the carriage swings open, silently. And as you slow and go round to the side, you can see inside a plush red velvet interior of this black carriage. And on the seat is an envelope with a seal on it. What would you like to do?
Farrell will retrieve the letter, but then he's going to very tentatively just look to hand it to Pippa.
Yeah. So you
Do I recognise the seal first and foremost before I crack it?
Yes. This seal you've seen several times. Oh, that was the other piece. Sorry, I've just remembered I've got this for you. This is Willow, by the way.
Thanks, sir.
Let me see, let me see. Hey, how you doing?
No.
I genuinely love AI. So the seal is one that you've seen several times already. This one. And you've also had a similar letter. So this is the letter. So it's there isn't another one in the campaign. So this is the one that you've received before. My friends, know that it is I who have brought you to this land, my home, and know that I alone can release you from it. I bid you dine at my castle so that we can meet in civilized surroundings. Your passage here will be a safe one. I await your arrival. Your host, Strahd von Zarevich. So it's along the similar lines, but it will be more of a sort of, so same script, same writing. If I now move this to here and show you the handouts that you've had from other sources, you'll notice the handwriting here is the same as the handwriting for the letter that was given to Horace. But the letter on this particular inside the carriage will say, I am honoured to have you as guests. Please feel free to use the facilities of the carriage. Again, you will arrive. safely, where you shall be met at Castle Ravenloft.
Be rude, I suspect, not to accept this courtesy.
Beats walking in the rain or sleeping in it.
Mm.
I mean, we're going to the
Am I-
man's castle.
Yeah, we're
Am
already
I
going
coming-
into the lion's den.
Am I coming in with you, or
Yes.
Almost certainly, yes.
I mean, you can help them pull it if you really want.
Yeah. No, we
I meant coming into the castle?
Oh, I should think so.
bigger deals get better bargains. We're better going together.
We have the promise of safety from the devil. I would expect that if you are in our company, that
Mm.
would extend to you. But if you are not in our company, that may not include you if you are not with us.
Mhm.
I feel you're safer with us than alone.
Okay.
Also, I think Tala would be mad if we didn't let you come with us.
I should hope the fact that you were Tala's reason for coming here in the first place should help explain your presence.
Well, it is also possible the devil has not laid eyes on Tala or you. He may just assume you are Tala.
Ooh.
And in that scenario, I would suggest that we don't correct him.
Agreed. It'd be nice to see how perceptive he is.
Hmm.
Interviews go both ways.
Wise words.
I've heard. Yeah.
We're looking at him as much as he's looking at us. Or at least I will be.
Okay. Into the carriage?
Off we go.
Off you go.
The carriage.
So the carriage continues east. So hopefully I'm going to have loaded up some artwork for you in a second. After winding through the forest and craggy mountain peaks, the road takes a sudden turn to the east, and the startling, awesome presence of Castle Ravenloft towers before you. This
That's true, Alex.
shall continue.
You could have heard him.
Is he going, oh, not that dickhead again?
No, it's 10 o'clock. It's nearly bedtime. He's going to
is
try
it?
and corral me
I
to
see.
go to bed.
The carriage comes to a dead stop before twin turrets of stone broken from years of exposure. Beyond these guard towers is a precipice of a 50-foot wide, fog-filled chasm that disappears into unknown depths. A lowered drawbridge of old, shored-up wooden beams stretches across the chasm between you and the archway to the courtyard. The chains of the drawbridge creak in the wind, their rust-eaten iron straining under the weight. From atop the high walls, stone gargoyles stare at you out of their hollow eye sockets and grin hideously. A rotting wooden portcullis green with growth hangs above the entry tunnel. Beyond this location, the main doors of Ravenloft stand open. A rich, warm light spills from within, flooding the courtyard. Torches flutter sadly in sconces on both sides of the open door. So that is the campaign art. I also have this is in the 2024 DMG, which is also awesome.
Is there
Everything's
a
fine.
coachman
No.
That's a really good
No.
question.
So it was all that's the only difference with this one. There's no mad coachman and they're not careening off. But the only thing I want to emphasize is the fact that you guys are on top here and there's a massive drop into the mists below. So if we go, I'm going to force this one back for you. I just wanted to show you the other one. I mean, it's an obvious question. I know what you're here to do, so I'm going to assume that you're going to go over.
Mm-hmm.
So you can tell that this place is old, and it doesn't appear externally to be well maintained and well cared for. The signs of age and neglect are quite obvious. As you go from over the drawbridge, there's signs of mould on the outside of the main keep itself. But you can see thick, cold fog swirls in the courtyard in front of you. Sporadic flashes of lightning lance the weeping clouds overhead as thunder shakes the ground. Through the drizzle you see torch flames flutter on each side of the keep's open main doors. Warm light spills out of the entrance, flooding the courtyard. High above the entrance is a round window with shards of broken glass lodged in its iron frame. This window has an excellent vantage point to the whole of the courtyard. But nobody seems to be in it. As you go through the courtyard, it's a exposed courtyard, and in front of you are ornate outer doors to the castle, which hang open. They are flanked by fluttering torches in iron sconces. 20 feet inside the castle is a second set of doors. These doors are closed, as you've now gone inside the main keep itself. So what I can actually do, ladies and gentlemen, is we can start mapping Castle Ravenloft for you.
Damn.
Oh,
Damn.
So give me a shout when you're loaded up. I do actually have it on. Bear with me. I'll put it on daytime for this. There we go. They're quite big maps, these, as you might expect. So this place in front of you is huge. It's let's have a think of where you've all come from. Farrow, as a city boy, you've never seen anything like this, as grand and as open. You've seen big buildings, you've seen tall buildings, you've seen you sort of kept poor council housing or tenements, but this is beyond. Ashina, you've never in your wildest dreams seen anything like it. I doubt Horace may have visited. You've been about a bit, possibly been to, perhaps if you were from Faerun, perhaps you've been to Candlekeep or something like that. Large repositories of knowledge, huge libraries. But there, hundreds, if not thousands, of people live and dwell. As far as you're aware, this is one man's home. And I don't think Pippa would have seen anything quite this.
No way.
No.
Never.
So let's start exploring a little bit, shall we? What time are we? 10 o'clock.
Just quickly before we enter the keep itself,
Yeah.
a pharaoh would making Horace aware that he's doing it, but also try and do it quite slyly, would try and pass that amulet to him and say, "We're here to deliver this to your kinsman. Perhaps you should take this now."
Horace will just kind of nod and take the amulet and just say, "He may be of my blood, but he's not my kin."
That's fair enough. I meant no disrespect.
No, yeah. I was gonna say Horace wouldn't be like telling you off. He'd just be, like saying it like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All happy?
yeah.
Everyone loaded up. So what I'll do is open this bit for you. So as you start to approach, if it's all right with you guys, I'll take control of your tokens for now, just to explore as you go along. So as you step towards the next double doors, the doors in front of you suddenly swing open, revealing a grand hall filled with the sound of organ music. Do it, Sammi. And as you step through, overhead in the vaulted entry foyer, 4 statues of dragons glare down with eyes flickering in the torchlight. This is so that's the dragons there. We've moved through, so we're now in the great entry. Let me just pan back so we can see everything. You've got full access to the map now. This is well lit. The torches and sconces are all perfectly lit. Cobwebs stretch between the columns that support the vaulted ceiling of a great dusty hall, dimly lit by spluttering torches in iron sconces. The torches cast odd shadows across the faces of 8 stone gargoyles squatting motionlessly in the rim of the domed ceiling. Cracked and faded ceiling frescoes are covered by decay. Double doors of bronze stand closed to the east. To the north, a wide staircase climbs into darkness. A lit hallway to the south contains another set of bronze doors through which you hear sad and majestic organ tones. From the stairway, an elf with brown skin and long black hair descends the wide staircase, quiet as a cat. He wears a grey cloak over black studded leather armour and has a polished scimitar hanging from his belt. You've met this gentleman before, as Rahedin walks towards you and says, "My master is expecting you, but you have arrived early, and it doesn't appear you are dressed for the occasion. I suggest we retire to one of the rooms to find more suitable clothing for you, so that we can continue with the audience with your lord."
Pippa just smirks at him because she remembers the last time she spoke to him. Very well, sir. You may show us to the rooms. She bids him like a servant.
Nice. Okay.
She's 3'11". Bids him like a servant. You may show us to the room, sir.
Okay. So he sneers down his nose, looks down his nose at you and sneers. "Cyrus," he'll say over his shoulder, "sort out the guests, if you would." The next thing that you see coming down the stairs is a very strange creature. Let me get you an image. One second. All right, there you are. So, this is what you see. Hobbling down the stairs holding a lantern. This is Cyrus Belview. Horace, you vaguely recognize him, but he's vastly changed. He, as you can see, if we start from top to bottom, he seems to have features of a sort of feline or bear with a right human hand, but his left hand appears to be that of an ape. His left foot is that of a large aquatic bird, and he's hobbling. He currently doesn't have this around his neck as he hobbles towards you, and he will say to Rahadin, "Oh, master, of course, master, I'm ever so humble. I'll do as you see fit, master. What with me being ever so humble, sir." And he will sort of do. Can you remember Harry Potter and I want to say it's the third one, where it's he's in the pub after being chased down by the Sirius Black, and it's the manservant inside, so it's the Igor equivalent from Harry Potter, who just sort of pushes him around, expecting that. Yeah. So it's so he grabs Pippa now and turns you around and shoves you towards the stairs as Rahadin sort of just looks at you down his nose. Smile.
Arrow's going to put his hand on Circe's shoulder and say, "It would be polite for us to keep our hands to ourselves. You bleed and we will follow."
"Oh, I meant no offence, master. I meant no offence." But then he does the same with Ashina as well. He just grabs her, turns around and pushes her up the stairs. "This way, if you will. The master has told you." And then he looks towards Horace and looks up. "Get upstairs." And then he turns back and then just starts going up the stairs to lead the way.
So I take, does it? I assume does he recognize me? Or did it seem like he recognised me?
It seemed like, I'll not ask for an insight. It seemed like he recognised you, yeah.
Okay, yeah. As I say, Horace will literally be just glaring down at him, just looking down his nose, just like.
Yeah. Well, this, because, the general air of this fella is exactly the same as Cyrus, but he's physically altered a significant amount. And you literally tower above him. He's not much taller than Pippa in the form that he is. So, Castle Ravenloft is not easy for your dungeon master to navigate around. So we'll take this step by step. But are you happy to follow Cyrus up the stairs? Okay.
Yep.
So, let's take your tokens and pop you up there. And just make sure I can remember. Right, bear with. This is very handy for, assuming that we get there, for later on when we're loading things up. So let me start this loading now.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, it's a wonderfully designed dungeon, but it's or castle, I should probably refer to it as. But let's make sure I'm on the right level. Constant counts, yes. K19, got it. Okay, so K19 goes to there. Honestly, it's a bit of a nightmare.
You're doing good. It's
So
absolutely raging that somebody's pushed her. Absolutely raging.
well, because he's hobbling in front of you now, he's just sort of limping. He's got this awkward gait about him as he's mumbling to himself. And he's everything about him changes now that Rahadin, because Rahadin is sort of sneered and gone round to the south towards the organ music. And Cyrus now is almost. He'll sort of perhaps turn around to you a couple of times. Keep up, you fucking keep up. He's got absolutely no respect for you whatsoever. There we go. Got it. So we've gone from here up and round, so round the corner and come into this bit here where you have
I am
two
still
other.
waiting for a load up.
Yeah,
Hold
me
on,
too.
I'll tell you what.
I've got that screen.
Theatre of the mind.
It's loading. It's just having its moment.
Okay, no worries. Let me, because we're not actually quite there yet. So it should be black now.
Yes.
Whole thing is black.
Okay, yeah, I know. I should be doing Theatre of the Mind for you as well. So you've gone up the grand staircase to the north, which then eventually swings round to the west, which is this bit here. And then it swings around again. So let me give you the description of where you are now on the grand landing. Massive stairs rise to a landing 20 feet wide and 40 feet long. Stone arches support a ceiling covered with frescoes 20 feet overhead. The frescoes depict armoured knights on horseback, their finer features faded beyond recognition. Dust floats in the air here. At the end of the south wall, a staircase rises into darkness. Between the staircases are twin alcoves, each one containing a standing suit of armour covered with dark stains. Each suit of armour clutches a mace, the business end of which is shaped like a dragon's head. Words engraved on the arches above the suits of armour have been scratched out. As Cyrus now takes you up this flight of stairs here, which hopefully now got the count has loaded for you. I know we could stick you here, which is
This map is massive.
oh mate, it's so big. So audience hall. Dim light from the courtyard falls into this great hall through the broken glass and lattice and iron lattice work of a large window in the west wall. You very much get the impression this is the window that was overlooking your entry. This immense room is a place of chilly, brooding darkness. Empty iron sconces dot the walls. Hundreds of dust-laden cobwebs drape the hall, hiding the ceiling from view. Directly across from the window stand a set of double doors to the east wall. Farther south, a single door also leads from the east wall. Staircases at both ends of the north wall lead down, which is where you've come up. At the far southern end of the hall, a large wooden throne stands atop a marble dais. A high-backed throne faces south, away from most of the room. As Cyrus now 30, so let me get you where I need you to be, which is so we need to go up again. So he's going to take you through.
This map hasn't even loaded.
Hasn't it?
Is wild.
I'm still on the grand landing.
Have you got that
I've
one?
moved somewhere. I've got somewhere.
Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah,
I've got,
so you've
I've
come
got
up
a
the
throne.
stairs
I can see a throne.
to here.
This is mad.
30.
I just assume because it's so big, it's just having a bit of a moment.
This is crazy.
Yeah. 4, which will take you right. So, okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to change. Yeah, no. Let's take you this way. So Cyrus now will take you down to this door and push it open for you. And inside, you can see something rather curious. Douche, as we take Horace inside. I know this is all a lot for you. And if you wanted to interject at any point, because Cyrus is just pulling you along, pushing you along, and being a general prick as he's doing it.
If he put hands on another member of the party again, does he?
Yeah.
So at that point, Farrow will step forward and he will draw his short sword half out, and he's going to look this guy dead in the fucking eyes and say, "The next time you put a hand on a member of this party will be the last time you have use of that hand."
Okay. Roll intimidation.
Oh no.
Piss himself.
Intimidation. Okay, so question for you, Dungeon Master.
Yeah.
I have a heroic inspiration. Do I choose to use that after I roll, or do I use it to get advantage now?
After.
Okay, cool. So I'll roll it then, and then I'll take a 17.
Okay. And I'd be safe in the knowledge that you're being
Absolutely genuine.
Absolutely genuine. Okay. So, so you see him instantly revert back to the way he was talking to Rahidin. And he'll say, "Oh, no, masters, please, no, master. I'm a creature that is as humble as the next. No offence meant, it is just my ways, sir. No, please, if you would come this way, good sir." And he points as he opens the door into the next room.
You'll follow,
but
you will keep your hands to yourself, and then he'll kind of be quiet and let Horace see what he's going to do.
I was going to say, as he points his hand out, I would like grab his arm and like shove him back against the wall, and I'll be like, "You are anything but humble, lick spittle."
Oh, here we go. Right, see if you can make you piss his pants, then, Joe.
21.
Do it.
21.
Come on. Bash! Oh, rolling very slowly. It's not a very good roll. It's a 10. That's all right. You can give me a bit of lip back.
This is great.
See what you got.
He, as you hold him against the wall, his eyes flicker towards Farrow. Farrow, who is there with his sword half drawn, with his one eye.
It's more intimidating than the big fucker.
And he'll say, you always did surround yourself with powerful allies, little brother. Know this. You hurt me in here, it will be the end of you.
The only one with powerful allies. You snake.
Well, this snake's power found the most powerful ally in this land. You best show me some respect. Respect you never gave me when you were little.
You ever deserved any kind of respect?
Well,
You can't see it.
Now I do. Now my master is the biggest bad in this land, and you will give me some respect.
Well, it doesn't seem like your master's got any respect for you. Look what he's done to you.
This wasn't done by the devil. The devil saved me from this.
Well, your appearance is more becoming of you now.
Well, wait till you see the rest of your family.
And Horace would just look like, what? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? The rest of our family, they disappeared.
Yeah.
They're gone.
Yeah, that's right. You keep thinking that. If you live long enough to meet him, you'll.
What have you done?
No, it wasn't me, little brother. It wasn't me.
I've nothing to say to you. But so help me if I find that you have harmed any of them. If you had a hand in what happened to any of them, I will make sure you suffer for as long as you live.
So he's looking now between you and Farrow. Is Farrow still hanging around?
He would have stepped back and sheathed his sword, but he's still there. He hasn't like wandered off, and he's staring at this guy like he's trying to put on this intimidating face, but underneath he's like, "What the fuck is going on here?" But he's trying not to put that out.
So Cyrus now will sort of look around and he'll look down to Pippa and over to Ashina as he'll say, "Now is not the time. I've been given a task to do, and I suggest that you do as you're told by our master. Let me down, little brother."
I'll put him down, and then I'll say, "That's not the only task you've been given, is it?" And then I'll take the amulet and push it into his chest.
Nice. So to this, he starts looking around, and then he looks up at you, and he sort of puts it round his neck, hides it in, and he'll sort of say, "This way, then." And he'll point to the room that he's just opened.
Can I make a perception check to see if I can hear anything or notice anything's watching, listening?
Sure. What I will tell you all is that this is your classic spooky mansion. This is every spooky mansion that you've ever seen in film or read in literature. The statues of armor seem to have eyes that follow you around. You hear whispers, and you're convinced someone's saying your name as you're all looking around. And so roll your perception then, Sammi.
Because I'm trying to hear. Yeah, let me double check.
Beauty and the Beast.
Do I get it with advantage because I'm trying to listen?
Yeah, you can do.
19. So can I hear or smell anything that could potentially be hiding?
Yeah. You can hear in this room that you're in, and it sounds strange with a 19. What I'll say, you can hear scrambling, but it seems to be outside the window, the shattered glass, and it's coming from outside of the castle. And then there's this sort of scrambling, scuttling noise as it seems to be going up. But then you hear Ashina, as you've heard a few times now when you're sort of looking around as you're distracted. And then that noise has stopped.
Do I recognise that voice at all?
Nope. In fact, you're quite convinced as you're looking around, you can see everyone else is jumpy and nervy, that you suspect it's just a trick. It's perhaps your own mind playing tricks on you. You're not entirely sure. Well, let's
Having
continue.
seen that the boys have just had a really big moment, as Circe turns and we start to follow him, Pippa, like, do you know, like you see like sports people on Farrow's just like on his forearm, and then as she walks beside Horace, she just reaches up, just holds his hand just for a little second, and then we carry on.
Easy. So the room that you've been led into next it's another strange one. So dusty scrolls and tomes line the walls of this room. More scrolls and books lie scattered on the floor around 4 heavy wooden chests fitted with sturdy iron locks. The only unobstructed floor space is directly in front of the doors to the east and west walls. In the centre of this clutter stands a great black desk. A figure crouches atop a tall stool, scratching on a seamlessly endless scroll of paper with a dry quill pen. Nearby, a tasselled rope hangs from a hole in the ceiling. So this guy here, so it's a human male, thinning on top, pork chop sideburns and a moustache. In fact, actually, I'm telling you this, I think I've got an image of him somewhere. If you can't see it, where are we? Douche, got him. Visible to players. We're going through a lot of content at the for this bit.
This is cool.
But Cyrus will continue straight on. He doesn't pay any attention to this human male, and in fact, if anything, this human male is just head down, still scribbling on this scroll. He doesn't pay you any attention at all. As Cyrus will say, "Through here, keep coming." As you then go through the door to the east, which I've opened up for you as well. Horace is on a limb by himself. Let me just group you up again. So this is a spiral staircase. Fluttering torches in iron sconces illuminate this spiral staircase. A chill wind rushes down the circling stairway, seeming to kill the very heat of the torches. And Cyrus takes you up. So let's copy, then load the next map for you.
Wow.
Mate.
This place is huge.
Yep. So this is going to take a second to load. So we'll do the old Theatre of the Mind again while that loads. At the top of the spiral staircase. Let me just double check it doesn't go any further. Yes, so it does continue up, but Cyrus will take you to a landing. So the landing is now pointing in a westerly direction as he opens that door for you. I know you're not loaded up yet, but we'll get there in a second. Okay. So I'll give you the description. It will come through in a minute. As the door opens, a door of delicately engraved steel stands at the west end of this short, dark hallway. Intricate details stand out clearly on the door's surface. The door seems to shine with a light of its own, untouched by time. Flanking the doors are 2 alcoves in shadow. A dark, vaguely man-shaped figure stands in each alcove. So you should have that loaded.
Mhm.
Cyrus will continue to the west. All the while, you've still got, it's fainter and fainter, but you've still got the do 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 lightning flashing. Okay, so K36. Dust assaults your lungs. A sweet yet pungent smell of decay fills this room, in the centre of which stands a large oak table. A blanket of dust covers the tabletop and its fine china and silverware. In the centre of the table, a large tiered cake leans heavily to one side. The once white frosting has turned green with age. Cobwebs hang like dusty lace down every side of the cake. A single dull figure of a well-dressed woman adores the crest of the cake. Suspended above is a web-shrouded chandelier of forged iron. An arched window to the south wall is draped with heavy curtains. Resting in a wooden stand by the window is a dusty lute. And standing quietly in the southwest corner is a tall harp shrouded in cobwebs. Cyrus, what would your marching order be out of interest? Were you staying in sort of a group of 4, or are you? I'll tell you what. Let me be specific. Are you keeping a beady eye on everything that Cyrus is doing?
Absolutely everything.
100%.
Okay.
I'm just keeping an eye on everything, everyone around me. Just on high alert.
Oh yeah, this is like red alert.
So, Cyrus will take you through to this room here. A blazing hearth. Beg pardon. A blazing hearth fire fills this room with rolling waves of red and amber light. The walls are lined with ancient books and tomes, their leather covers well oiled and preserved through careful use. All is in order here. The stone floor is concealed beneath a thick, luxurious rug. In the centre of the room is a large, low table, waxed and polished to a mirrored finish. Even the poker in its stand next to the blazing fire has been polished. Large, overstuffed divans and couches are arranged around the room. 2 chairs of burgundy-coloured wood with padded leather seats and black cushions face the hearth. A huge painting hangs over the mantelpiece in a heavy, gilded frame. The rolling firelight illuminates the carefully rendered portrait. It is an exact likeness of Irina Kolyana. So, at this point, Cyrus will say to you, "In here, I'll bring you clothes. I'll bring you a place to change. You can leave all of your weapons and all of your iron in here before you have dinner with Master. I will return." As he swishes round and heads out of the door to the west. But it's a double door, and he manages to get out. You can tell he's trying to get through without showing you what is beyond.
What are my chances of a quick peek there, Dave?
Perception check then, mate.
Asked the one-eyed man. 24.
Nice. Nice.
So you can see. From what you can see, you've not seen into the whole of the room, but it looks like there's a bedroom beyond. It's a grand, austere bedroom. So what I'm going to paint the picture for, or cement the picture for you, is all the way through this castle, everything that you've seen so far has been neglected. It's covered in cobwebs, dust, except for this room. This room is richly appointed. This room is loved and well kept. And you also have the perfect likeness of Irina in a very grand oil painting above the fireplace, which is lit and well maintained. What we will do, ladies and gentlemen, is we will call a halt to the session there. Unless I know, well, that's because I know you were tired, Leah, anyway, weren't you? And we're sort of 25
I'm awake now.
20. I'd be quite happy for you to have a general discussion about what you've seen and heard, and if you've got any thoughts or plans before we actually stop doing anything.
What kind of books are in this room?
It's the perfect wizard question to ask.
Like, what genre are we in general?
So having a quick look around. Give me an investigation check while we're looking.
$14.
Okay, 14. So this is 14. Okay, 14 is enough for me to tell you that this is a dream come true for Pippa. The works here, there are thousands of unique tomes worth an incredible amount of money. These are, if you think of first edition printings of rare, probably esoteric books. This is an absolute dream come true. So you've got everything from alchemy, exotic recipes, heraldry, epic novels, historical text, poetry, theological texts, you name it. It's pretty much all here. None of it seems to be of an art. Some of it is of an arcane nature, but not in practice. Just the theory of.
It's an eclectic collection of books.
Yeah.
It's either held by somebody very well read or intended for somebody that the person doesn't know very well.
14, with the look of this place, they appear to be cherished. And you would suspect 14, yeah. It's difficult to actually say, but you suspect the person that owns these knows what he's doing, and he's collected
Incredibly
these.
well read. Yeah. Jeez.
Anything else, ladies and gentlemen?
I'd like to have a look at the painting.
Okay. So blazing fireplace here. I've put this picture on for you, just so you can see if you hover over it. I don't know if you get an image of, and it's the exact likeness of Tatiana, of Irina. Sorry, Irina Kalyana. It's difficult to get close to because the fire is blazing in the hearth here, and the picture's right above it, so you do have to stand back. But it's one of those you get a benefit from it from standing back from it anyway. If you got too close, you'd be seeing the brush strokes, which are not filling the hole. But the picture in itself is probably worth thousands of gold pieces as well.
But there's nothing that I can see that's untoward. It's not magical in the frame, or the eyes aren't moving watching us, or...
No, this is the only room that hasn't given you the heebie-jeebies so far. It almost seems the way it's positioned and the way... I mean, it's the focal point of the room, bearing in mind that you've got tens of thousands of gold's worth of books. This painting is the main attraction, the centerpiece for the whole of this well-maintained room. Come on, Tom.
Germinating something.
Does this picture look like it's been recently painted? Or is there a role I could...
If there is a role, I will give you guidance.
Okay, what I will ask for is I would ask all of you to roll an investigation, please, to answer that question. I know there's certain answers to certain questions that I could just give you, but I like to stick a roll on it.
Nope.
So for what we got? Come on, Josh.
Rubbish. I have a +7 and I rolled 10.
17.
17, that's fine. Yeah, so your average is above 10. So no, this is old. This is so what's your average there? Your average is what we're talking about, 13-ish. Difficult to age. It is well maintained. What? Yeah. Does anybody have any backstory that's got art as part? No. Okay.
Unless you include map drawing and looking at maps from different
other workers' tools.
Yeah.
So the best I could tell you with that combined roll is no, it's not new.
Which is interesting because we know that Irina's abduction was recent.
There's no label on it, is there? Who it is?
Yes, actually, because I dropped the ball anyway. Underneath,
I just wanted to let you get it in.
Thank you. It says Tatiana underneath.
Oh, yeah.
This is not a picture of Irina.
No.
This is a picture of Tatiana. I wonder why the devil is so obsessed with Irina.
Well, there we know.
Is there
He's got a thing for ladies with red hair.
I think this is her room. Tatiana's room.
Is there a surname, or is it just says Tatiana?
Just says Tatiana. Yeah, just says Tatiana.
Do we recognise the handwriting?
It's not Strahd's, so no. Yeah.
This is
God, the great painter.
Vincent van Strahd.
Yeah.
Whoa.
He opens the door with one ear. Okay. Anything else then, ladies and gentlemen?
not about the room specifically.
Is there an open book on the table like there is in the picture, or is that just
No,
is that just for dramatic effect?
Yeah, that's no. So it is.
Anything I'd want to do would be like big conversations, and I know we're trying to wrap up.
No. It's fine. You can carry on. I mean, as long as you guys want to continue, because let me tell you my thought process is. Next time we play is you're going to be presented with clothes for dinner. That's what Horace. This is exactly what Cyrus has said to you. Is he's gone to get you clothes to change into, so you can leave all of your weapons and all of your equipment here, and he's going to lead you to dinner with Strahd, and that's where we'll be starting next time, unless, of course, you wanted to do jump out the window or whatever.
There's a fire and we've got books. Let's go.
So I'm quite happy
to paint. So we're going to keep painting into the fire.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to steal all the books, and we're going to go.
Yeah, let's do it. Run away. Are we locked in the room?
You didn't hear the click of any locks.
I'm not going on an adventure. I just wanted to know if we were locked in. Pippa will just turn to Horace. And just, you okay?
I mean, I could potentially go on an adventure, but I can't say how far I'd get with, depending on how small we wanted to make me. That would be a next time job.
Next time jobby. Horace would turn and just be like, I mean, I don't care much for, or at all, for Lickspittle, as we call him, but what he said about my family, I don't know if there's any truth to it, or if he's just saying that to get in my head. But I'm worried about it. After all, I never really found out what really happened. There was never any sign. I assumed they were dead. But come to think of it now, well, there was just no sign of anyone. There was nothing to tell me that they really are dead. And so now I'm in a position where I'm afraid for them again. At least had they been dead, no further harm could come to them.
I'm so sorry. We'll get answers for you.
And if you want to look further into it, I'm with you.
As am I.
He's going to reach up and put his hand on your shoulder.
Thank you, my friends.
We'll find the end where it is.
I'm sure we'll be able to get some answers. And if that means putting the knife to fucking Lickspittle, then so be it.
Let's do it. He's a twat.
I can't imagine. He speaks of having protection from Strahd and having friends in high places, but how do you think Strahd would feel if he knows about that eye?
a very dangerous game, Horace.
Mm.
That perhaps. And I have another suggestion. Who else has the power to do? I assume he wasn't born like that.
I mean, he was never much of a
Who
looker.
else? Who else has the power to do that to a person but the hags?
I don't understand if that's what's happened to the rest of my family as well. I don't understand what the hags would want to do with my family. Like, Lickspittle, his business is his. He's always been a force unto himself. I don't know.
We won't leave you wandering for too long. Let's figure this out.
Either way, we're here to do one job. That's, as far as I'm concerned, that is my duty right now.
Everything we do and everything we say in this place is going to be watched and is going to be inspected. But everything they do and say is going to be watched and is going to be inspected. I know we're not, even just by the size of this place makes us feel very small, but small hinges open big doors. We don't need to know much. But the more we learn, the more we learn. We win, or we learn.
I'd like to know if there's been any sign of a Mal being here.
You have.
You can have your perception with advantage for.
40.
I mean, I can't imagine that he's been in this room.
You can see if you could smell him.
Have a sniff.
I'll have a sniff. Can I smell my husband?
For your husband.
And you can guidance yourself with this as well.
Perception and guidance. Let's do it.
The DM has been
Terrible.
gracious on this day.
Oh, very gracious.
20, dirty 20. No sign. No smell. No scent. At all. We're 20. So dirty 20. This place is huge. But even so, you know Emil's scent. So, I mean, you're still not at the top as well. But, yeah, you don't think he's been in this part of the castle.
This way.
Yeah.
That is fair.
Okay.
We have lots of questions.
Questions. I felt that, the after last session when I was, because I genuinely feel as if I'm just throwing content at you. It's
Yeah.
But yeah, you're coping amazingly with it. So
I think I'm having a great time.
Yep.
Good. So that was me fishing, Josh. So we'll draw a proper close to the proceedings. We're going to start next time with, Cyrus will end this session with Cyrus coming back with clothes, sort of throwing them at you, and then the sort of fold out type things that you can get changed behind. What I'm sure they have a name, but screen. Is it just a screen? Is that its name?
Yes,
Screen. So one for the ladies, one for the gentlemen, or fill your boots if you're not bothered. In fact, I shouldn't imagine Ashina is that arsed about it. If I'm honest with you.
Pippa doesn't care either.
No. So,
Because used
but
to getting trained in dormitories, so it doesn't matter.
fair dues. So that's going to happen. So there's dresses for the ladies and suits for the gentlemen. Is what's brought for you.
And we
Ashina
guess
has
kind of
no
almost
idea how to
old-fashioned.
get in this.
What was
Just
that, Tom?
looks
Sorry.
at you and like, oh, I'll help you.
I would guess that they're like old-fashioned suits.
Yeah, very
For
formal.
guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just going to
But
be like a real girl and just about what colour is Pippa's dress? Just out of interest.
Yeah, what colour are our dresses, dear?
Yeah.
Okay.
God
Yeah,
damn
no
it.
problem. No problem. So Pippa's would be Pippa's would be purple with silver embroidery. And Ashina's would be emerald green.
Ooh, nice.
With sort of subtle hints of gold. Yeah, and the gentlemen just look like penguins.
Yeah. The scarf that Pippa always wears, which is also purple with silver runes on it, she remains wearing, but instead of wearing it round her neck, she'll wrap it round her waist like a tie. But she keeps it on. She's still wearing it.
Tidy. So, if you have watched
It's
Usual
dinner.
Thing, thank you for watching. That's because we do get some very nice, very pleasant people commenting about the stream, which is always very nice. I do link it to everyone if anyone says anything. So thank you.
Yeah.
And we'll pick it up next time with dinner, and I'm going to enjoy this dinner with Strahd.
Ooh.
Cheers, y'all.